What is up, ninjas? USMC Vet on the road edition. Welcome to the morning shit show. I'm your host, USMC Vet. Can't do a whole lot of news today because I don't have a laptop to check anything. Good morning, Riddle Girl. How are you? So we're still on the road. I pulled out one of my end of the world tablets for my that I had in my Faraday cage too for $39 a couple years ago, and was trying to get it to work, but I have to turn my hotspot on, and I can't use hotspot and video at the same time. So learning curve. Well, it wouldn't allow me to use Firefox, so I had to open up another browser. What browser did you say? Because I need those browsers to that other place too, man. I gotta have other browsers. So yeah, it wouldn't allow me to use it in StreamYard and Firefox. So I had to go to Brave. Yeah, she's dirty. She's used. Just wear it, keep my ears from burning. So what's going on in Anonymous World? How are we doing today? I sent Stinger a link. I don't know if it'll work on here because I'm mobile, but we'll try it. Good morning, sir. How we doing, Broken Patriot? I've seen your video, or well, listen to it. 56 minutes. I'm finally getting notifications, I guess. I have, like I said, I pulled out this tablet. Well, I just pulled this one out today. They've been strapped in a Faraday cage forever. But anyways, I think I paid $39 for these. And they all have, I charged them up when I first got them and put a small the micro SD. Let's see, we're going to get, it will work. Will it work? Shit, I didn't know it worked like that.
Yeah, it works like that. What's up, Iris?
It didn't used to work like that.
It didn't?
No, remember you couldn't add a guest during the fucking when you're mobile.
I haven't done StreamYard enough to know.
So yeah. Anyways,
the mobile muster. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I put on the go, but whatever. You need to let it. Yeah, I know how to let him in. It just now clicked. It went dink. It actually did the dink.
No, I hit the wrong link or something for a previous chat, I guess, originally or something.
So, but anyways, if you get these little fucking tablets, I would recommend getting them because I think I paid $29 or $39 for them, but it was like 3 or 4 years ago. And it takes a little micro USB or micro SD card, and you can put all your stuff on a 128 gig micro SD card, and then put these in a Faraday cage. But anyways, I was going to use that today to answer the comments, but I guess it works out pretty well on this because I can't use the what the fuck is called, the hotspot and the camera and stuff at the same time. So I'd have to use the tablet exclusively, and I don't have anything downloaded on it, so I can't mold Galaxy X S5. I'm using the Galaxy 8.
Ooh. Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting your old one, or your new one broke.
Yeah. So I'm not lying when I tell you I don't have the money to buy all that new shit. So.
Well, you did. You just broke it and didn't have insurance, apparently.
Well, no, insurance is still $500 to repair the fucking screen.
Well, Wow, you need to go to one of those you break we fix.
Yeah.
A lot less. It's like, I think they charge like $50, $75.
I take that back. It's $487 or $489 to buy fix it. And then they wanted something ridiculous, and I was like, just not get a new phone.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I done too. I preloaded topograph, anything that I thought would be useful, I put on those damn things. But anyways, yeah, for that price, $40, you can't beat that. I think it was $40.
Is that a tablet?
Yeah, it's just I bought them 2 years ago, and I fucking charged them, put all the information on the micro SD.
Well, I don't know about you around your area, but here we have these little tents that they have set up at the corners, where they're basically selling homeless people tablets and phones. The phone is free, but the tablet costs $10. Ooh, right? And I don't even think they check. And so it's like, you want a tablet? $10.
Yeah, the repair is not under $500. We have that stupid shit where we're supposed
you're not gonna get
$100 for the Asurion bullshit, and they still want $300 or $400 to replace the screen. So I'm still using this old phone.
Wow.
I mean, plus we're in the dilemma with the car. So the guy has still fucking. The guy just allegedly started working on the fucking car, and I'm about ready to fucking. Whoo! I'm about ready to go fucking do some non-fucking positive shit. Just fucking cocksucker. So he's had it for a week, and she didn't authorize him to take the car, and she also doesn't know if the car lot's going to make her pay for the repairs. But he took the whole front end, or allegedly he's got to take the whole front end off the car. And I had to fucking tell him that, I used to be ASE certified mechanic, and no, that's not how it works. You can go into you take 4 or 5 screws out of the splash guard and the fucking fender well, and you can replace the fucking headlights. I was like, the guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's trying to fucking, and like I said, I don't know if they're going to try to charge her for that, but she just now got her job, and she's fucking doing swimming and all this other shit. So she's not going to have the money to do fucking all this other payments. She's bought it on like a buy here, pay here place. So her fucking her next payment's coming up, and she hasn't even got the fucking car yet. And I'm like, no, this is some fucking bullshit here, people.
Right.
And then they really don't like to see me come in there because I didn't purchase the car. So yeah, it's a bit ridiculous that, well, I don't even know if, and I told him, I was like, how the fuck can you sell a car that doesn't have fucking working headlights in the first fucking place?
Right.
I was like, isn't that against the law to sell a fucking car that doesn't have working fucking headlights?
Should be street legal by the time you leaves the dealership. Yeah.
Yeah, granted, most of the time if they sell you a lemon, it's because the engine's fucked up, not because the fucking the headlights don't work or the turn signals work. And I don't know. I got to do more searching, but it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so basically, till 10:30 every day, my life involved is sitting in the car because she does swim practice, and then after swim practice, she does like a student teacher. What's it called?
Internship, or
there you go, internship. So yeah. So, and I can't let her take this car, because we have to have a car. The wife has to have, you know what I'm saying? It's just a fucked up mess.
Mm-hmm.
And up here we have a karambit.
Ooh.
And a turkey feather. And a lockpick set.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my other favorite badges.
Just a tip.
I promise, just a tip. And some straws and some. I take the chopstick.
That's some deep penetration.
Yeah, I take the chopsticks whenever I get sushi, so I can use them for when I plant. Because you can write on the chopstick and stick them in the ground.
Wow, that's super cheap, dude. You won't even bother with like a popsicle stick. Not
Well,
unless you're eating popsicles.
I like to eat sushi, and they give them to you, and I'm like, fuck, I just eat it with my hands. So
Right.
I use Boost, 2 lines, limited calls, internet checks, etc. for $75. Yeah, well, I have like 10 fucking lines because I have 6 kids, 2 adults. Well, there's more than 2 adults now, but 6 kids, 7 kids actually, because we had to put her on her phone contract. Me and the wife, and then my beloved mother-in-law. Yay! Yeah, he's gonna pay. Like I'm gonna do something rash. Like it's ridiculous. Like she's almost like I said, she put down the down payment. I didn't get to go with her. Her biological aunt took her, and because they knew the guy, and so they took her to get the car, filled out all the paperwork. She was supposed to get it last Sunday. And then all of a sudden, it needs new tires. It needs the headlights. And I was like, okay, honey, don't give them a fucking dollar. Tell them you want the car. I was like, I can do all that. Not a big deal. We get new tires. They're like $46 right now on Black Friday Walmart stuff. So don't. Well, then the aunt takes the car to a mechanic who's not a mechanic, by the way. The guy's just going to do it. He's not a mechanic. Allegedly, he's a officer of the law, which also sparked my fury because if he was an officer of the law, then he went right to the fucking car lot and said, "Hey, you can't sell fucking cars that have fucking no headlights and fucking stuff on them."
Right.
But anyways, that's just my opinion. I don't know. So anyways, the guy apparently is not, she's calling every day because her aunt doesn't tell her where the car's at. So we don't have a contact for the guy. So she gives me the number to the car lot, and then I call the car lot, and that guy doesn't want to help me because I didn't buy the car. And I was like, well, you will help me or we're going to have problems. You shady fuck.
You don't want problems, do you? I can just see her.
Well, you really, I mean, you know, I just can't, like, I understand that you have a car lot and you just try to make money. I got it. But like, you know, you can't sell shit like that. You can't. And that's like fucking, if she was to drive it off the lot, like anybody, like say if you purchased it, you drive it off the lot, then it's on. Like if you get pulled over, you automatically get the ticket for fucking what is it? Not unsafe.
Yeah, not roadworthy.
So you mean to tell me you're selling fucking cars that don't have? Well, now all I got to do is call the fucking police and tell them that you're selling cars like this, and you're gonna be, you know, gonna be at the watch and key. Well, if they try to make her pay for it, it's going to probably have a road flare accident as it drives back into the car lot.
Oh no. I just drove it in here to pay my bill and just caught fire.
Just came with my new daughter here to pay her bill, and all of a sudden everything caught fire in a fucking fiery fucking inferno. Sir, I am with a particular set of skills. Don't make Oh, you know, my particular set of skills is when you're not looking, I will sabotage everything. You got to think like a criminal to beat them. So why not? Anyways, this has been a fucking nightmare. It's been a fucking nightmare, and now I'm sitting in the fucking car waiting for the kid. But she's a well-deserving kid, and she's been treated like shit. So
Yeah. Well, I'm glad things seem to be going. Well, I mean, other than the car, she's able to do these things.
You know the whole story. You were here, so
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know it.
It just fucking disgusts me that people are the way they are, and that God doesn't smite them fast enough. And I don't want to go to prison for smiting them for Him.
Well, if God smited every bad person for doing a bad thing, we wouldn't need him, right? I don't know. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, if things get a little worse, I may have to put down some of those rabid dogs that run the neighborhood.
What kind of car is it? Says Broken Patriot. I don't know. What kind of car?
Chevy Malibu.
I like the style. I don't know if they're good or not.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. She put down a month's worth of her paychecks on it, and we still haven't seen it. So
Wow.
So as long
has
as
she seen it? Yeah. I mean, has she test drove it and all that?
Yeah, she drove it.
It's just in the shop.
Yeah, well, it's in a shop. It's in somebody's fucking garage. I don't know.
Right.
I was like, why did you just not bring it home? And she's like, well, my aunt. Okay, tell your aunt to fuck off.
All right.
Blood is not always, family.
Yeah, I found most of my family that's not related, to be honest. My sister's cool as hell. Like, me and my sister are definitely tight, but that's about it.
I just have the propensity to believe that 90% of people are shady as fuck and not trust them. So,
Yeah, it seems like everybody's got an agenda, one way or the other.
There's other things involved, like why did you not step in and take your niece, like your blood niece, when you knew what was going on?
Ungrateful peasants checking in. What's up, ungrateful peasant?
Good morning, Wayne. How we doing there, sir? So, yeah. This stems back many years. Like, we were going to adopt this girl 5 or 6 years ago. So I mean, I guess I can talk somewhat about it. Won't use her name. So we had a family that lived next to us, who we thought were decent individuals. They were the typical run of the mill. Husband is a veteran. Wife was like a teacher's aide or some shit. Well, then the horror story started happening. Wife faked illnesses and didn't want to work. Husband worked 2 jobs, and then got intoxicated, so he didn't have to deal with wife. Anyways, so then the end result was for them to get foster kids because she didn't work, and he still maintained 2 jobs, but they got 3 foster kids, 3 or 4 foster kids. Then they kept them because they were a paycheck.
Right.
They lied and said that they were all nuisance children, I guess, and that gets you more money in the foster care system. So, in order to combat what I thought was right, I went and became a member of the CASA group, which is Court-Appointed Special Advocates for Children, so I could have some kind of a voice because these people were doing this to children. Well, I figured out real quick that was a fucking joke, and then they weren't going to do any fucking thing. And one day in court, after the judge had said what a good job I was doing and stuff, and then he told me that he was going to throw me out of court because I was standing up for this girl that's now living with us. He was going to throw me out of court because I was ranting and raving very loudly without a microphone.
You don't need a microphone sometimes.
about how they just used her for a paycheck and send her to mental facilities to get the, yada, yada, yada. And that my job as a CASA was supposed to help this kid and all these other kids that they had, not just her.
Right.
To be treated fairly and properly, because that's what we're supposed to do. Well, then the CASA lady decides she's going to put me in charge of the adults because I said fuck 93 times in a courtroom with a bunch of kids in it. And so anyways, I quit because I was no longer helping kids. I was teaching fucking grown ass adults to fucking get a GED because basically there's a bunch of losers that were fucking druggies, and I just couldn't handle it anymore because everybody wanted to talk about drugs instead of fucking getting education.
Yeah.
And then anyways, so fast forward a couple years, we were still kind of acquaintances with these people just so we could keep an eye on this girl and her sister and her little brother. Even though I blew up on them on several occasions. Well, then I got into another work position with the husband's father, and the wife brought all the kids to work at the same place to do cleaning and slave labor while she sat on her duff and ate fucking fast food. And she sent this girl that we have now on a mission to find something, and I had put it away in the depths of hell in a room, and no one would have been able to find it, right? So she asked me, she's like, hey, do you possibly know where this is at? And I was like, yes, I do. It's hidden in, well, it's not hidden. It was hidden, but not like on purpose. Like it was put
right
in drawers, and then a whole bunch of shit was stacked in front of it. So I was like, she's probably 98 pounds. She's about the size of my daughter, right?
Yeah.
But I knew she couldn't move the heavy objects out of the way to get to this thing. So I was like, hey, let's just go down here. We'll go, I'll get it for you, and you can give it to your foster mom. So we go down there, get the stuff. She comes back, and then the foster mom started yelling at her, telling her she's never going to be anything. Blah, 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 going off on the kid because she asked where it was at, and I told her I would just get it for her. So then I had to unload on the bitch because you stupid bitch, if she would have came back empty-handed, you would have called her more names and fucking punished her, make her scrub toilets with a toothbrush or some weird shit, even though the bitch was lazier than fuck that she wouldn't scrub her own teeth with a fucking toothbrush. Yeah. So it ended up in a big old fight. I ended up walking out of that job and quitting. It was just just like an extra money kind of job. It wasn't like,
right.
It
livelihood.
it was a free money thing. It's not, the farm's the main producer of cash flow, but anyways, in the websites. But so anyways, that was the final straw. Well, we quit speaking to them altogether after that, and then my wife would have to talk to, and my kids would have to talk to this girl via Facebook, and then the girl would have to erase the messages because she wasn't allowed to talk to us. They were taking her to like psycho wards and saying she was a troubled child and making her run for Jesus and eat vegan and not have everything, right? So anyways, this went on for a while. Well, then the foster parents, while this girl is staying all night with a friend, which was weird that they let her stay all night with a friend, pack up the house and load everything up and call her and tell her in the middle of them packing that she needs to come home and get her shit and move out because they are leaving. Now, she's still underage. They're still responsible for her because they adopted her, and then they leave and move to another state down south. So then the girl is like stuck. She can't, they basically arranged for her to stay with somebody from their psycho church. And then those people don't want her there anymore because the arrangement they made about sending them money to take care of her never came to fruition. And then those people that moved, the mom and dad lived here, of the parents that moved, the foster parents. Is this making sense? You got to stay with me here.
Mm-hmm.
They decided they're going to take her because they thought they were going to get the foster care check, because even after you adopt them, you still get a check. And it's more. No, we just found all these revelations out after talking to our attorney and some of the CASA people that we knew. But they get more money after they adopted her, about the same amount as they did before they adopted her, because they took her to mental health all those times and tried to make her into a problem child. So anyways, these people are saying that they're going to keep that they're going to kick her out too. They send her hateful text messages, how she's an ungrateful little bitch, how she doesn't do anything, how she breaks all the rules, yada, yada, yada. All while on Facebook, they're saying, oh, please don't move out. We love you. We don't want you to. Now, I have all these fucking things on screenshot, and I printed out the Facebook stuff. And then they tried to keep her adopted whatever the fuck the money, the check that she gets every month. Yeah. They tried to keep it, but she's 18 and she's now in high school. So, well, she's in high school, duh. But she's 18 too. So now she's supposed to get the money. So when we put in a change of address, they automatically stop them from getting the money and are going to give it to this girl, right? So they're super livid because now they have to move because they were relying on her. They were using her money to pay the fucking where they lived at. So anyways, that's where we're at. She didn't have any money. They didn't want her to work. She did sports. Well, she didn't do swimming. She did something else. But she had to quit that because their actual grandchild was in that sport. So it's just been a fucking nightmare. And I wish we could have just adopted her, but they went ahead and adopted her before we could get approved to the state. So it's been a fucking mess. Let's see what everybody
sounds like it, dude.
Chew those coffee grounds. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Doing all right, attempting to make some coffee. Yeah, I made coffee this morning, and then I went off and forgot it, so I went to McDonald's and got an iced coffee. I think I need that, but win the war, the battle doesn't matter. Chew coffee grounds if you have to. Plenty of that over the years. Yeah. Rebel scum, ANFW. Isn't church, yeah, they're fucking. Well, these people weren't never churchy in the first place. They automatically look down upon you because you have tattoos. So that's another big thing.
That's church for you. A lot of judgmental people.
I'm sleeved out. My legs are sleeved out, and they that's that's bad. Well, then they let their actual biological daughter go get tattoos when she's 16. And I was like, you trashy motherfuckers acted like there was something wrong with me.
Right.
And none of mine are like satanic. Like I don't have a pope on a rope or anything. None of that shit. You ever seen that tattoo?
No.
It's the Predator, and he's reaching into the Pope's. He reaches into the Pope's chest, and well, it's already done. So the Pope's body's laying down in front of it, but it's the Predator hand, and he's reached into the Pope's fucking through his back, pulled out his fucking spine and his skull, and the Pope's laying there in a pile right below it. It's called a Pope on a rope. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of satanic shit. I don't have none of that.
I want to say it's satanic. It just means you don't like the Pope very much. I don't agree that the Pope is, what he claims he is. So, I mean, yeah, I don't have no problem with you disrespecting the Pope.
That's why I refer to those types. as church people and not Christians. Met plenty of fucked up church people. Karma. See, karma's not working fast enough for me though, because like they're really like, why? How can you fuck with a kid like that and make them believe that they have something mentally wrong with them, and treat them that way? Like if I don't know, man. Like if I was going to adopt children, which I don't need any more children. I have plenty of my own, but you know, if I was going to actually adopt foster kids, would you not adopt them and love them just the same?
Should.
I mean, you'd think if you're going now, like if you were just keeping them and you didn't plan on adopting them and you were just, you know, being a transfer house or something, then maybe I could see, you know, maybe not getting attached to them because you knew that you weren't going to keep them. But come on, motherfucker, you adopt kids, you have kids of your own, and you're going to treat the adopted kids who you took to love like your own kids because you adopted them, and you're going to treat them like shit. I mean, that's not even the whole story. Like I could go on for days, like for days. They took, at one time, they went and took all of her money out of the bank account. Okay. Took all the money out of her bank account and put it in a jar and set it in her room because she made out with a boy. 17 years old. But her other daughter, their biological daughter, could have boys lay in her bed and do God only knows what in the upstairs bedroom with the door closed. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard these stories on foster kids. I don't know how many times. It always seems about the same too, unfortunately. That foster kids get a rough break.
Well, and of course I'm sure you have some that are fucking delinquents, just like everything else. But this girl and her sister were not that way. Like they're actually good kids. So I you know, considering the whole fucked up family situation they had before, I mean, you know.
Right.
Yeah, Pope on a rope height. Hi, Walter. Yeah, no need. You need no man to talk to God. Scam. People do that to kids all the time. It's sick. That's probably not satanic. Predator sounds like it's doing the Lord's work. Oh yeah, considering the Pope is a Jesuit, I don't think he's allowed to be a Pope, is he?
I don't even pretend to know on that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know the Lord works in mysterious ways. It's just fucked up that the smithing is not happening as fast as I'd like it to.
The smithing. Yeah, I don't know, man. It does seem like the more evil somebody is, the better they do in life.
Yep. If you know, I don't know. It just really works my fucking nerves. And then you can't harm anybody anymore because everything's a fucking felony. If I put fucking hands on you, it's a felony.
Yep.
Unless you're on my property, and then I can just fucking mollywop the fuck out of you. I don't know. It's just, oh, damned if you do, damned if you don't, I guess. But anyways, she's safe, and she's been coming here for fucking what, 8, 9, 10 years. So she's been friends with my daughter, both the daughters. So I mean, it's not like she's, you know,
stranger.
Yeah. Never had a problem out of the kid. If you tell the kid to do something, she does it. You know, I get more hassle out of my kids telling them to do something than fucking. Well, not the oldest daughter. The youngest daughter, she's still a little lippy, but.
You gotta have a kid that's lippy, man. With that many kids, you can't have everything perfect Irish.
Yeah, I got a few of them. They're lippy.
You did well. I mean, everybody's gonna have a kid or two that you can't really teach, but I don't know, dude. It seemed like you know what you're doing, though, for the most part on that.
So what's going on in everybody's neck of the woods? It's only a felony if you get caught. Felony, yeah. That's why everyone needs a purple 3-foot dildo. Nobody's gonna tell the cops beat. Yeah, I
Here's the weapon, sir. Exhibit A, and they hold it up.
you can put those spike studs on it that kids used to wear on their pants and their jackets. Put that on there and beat the fuck out of them. Oh. So I know you'll appreciate this, Anonymous. So the grandfather of the the foster parents is a Marine, and whenever I went to pick up all this girl's stuff, he tried to talk to me like we were buddies, like Marine buddies, and I looked right at him. I was like, "Semper I, fuck the other guy, huh?" And dude about cried, like fucking, and he kept coming out there, and I'm like, Semper I, Semper I, Semper I, like fuck you, you fucking piece of shit.
All right.
I know.
I've found that just because somebody's in the service doesn't make them a good person. Shit, half the time, I'd say it's the other way anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of people get an ego trip and think their shit don't stink.
Well, I mean, I would if I see Army plates or Navy plates or something on somebody's car, I'm more apt to stop and help them. But every service has a shit bag in it. You know what I'm saying? So this guy was the shit bag. But Semper I hurts like a motherfucker. But he knew I was right because he didn't even try to put hands on me. I'm like, bitch.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy.
So if I dye my hair purple, I can't get arrested. Very cool. Yeah, you can go do all your Christmas shopping too. For free. Gotta love that. Try to whitewash problems saying you're in the military. Military doesn't equal good guy, right? Semper I fucking hurts though, dude. If you're really a Marine. That's fighting words. I mean, I don't know. Semper I. Always faithful to myself, motherfucker. Gotta get you shanked. I don't know. But anyways, that's the story of my life here recently. It's taking care of that. She started swimming, and then like the girl's mom had the cerveza bug, and we didn't even know the girl lived out here. Girl's mom had the cerveza bug at the same time I did. Well, then her job forced her to get the tequila shot, and then within the first 4 days of getting tequila shot, she had some kind of adverse reaction and is no longer with us. So that family's devastated, and they're like literally like 3 houses down.
Guess they're not even attributing that to the shot, then, are they? Because it's been within that certain amount of time, or what?
Well, the family is because nobody else
because it happened.
Yeah, but no, they're not calling.
No,
it
but
that.
they're not gonna get anything from the company for forcing that on her.
Yeah, so that little girl obviously can't take her because her mother. And that happened at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night that night. The little girl was down here crying when she dropped off my new daughter. I'll just call her that because I don't want to say her name, but my newfound daughter. And so and then we got her car, or well, actually it was that weekend we got her car, or well, she went and picked out her car and paid for it or whatever with her aunt, and then they still haven't gave us the car. So every morning at 4 a.m. I have to get up and drive her to almost an hour away to another school because our school does not have a swimming pool. So she goes to another school all together for her swim meets or swim practice. So, and then, like I said, I have to sit there. Depends whenever they let her out, and then because she's a senior, then she has to come back into town and do her internship, and then go back to regular school at whatever time.
So she's a busy kid. Sounds like she's got a lot on her plate, but it's all responsibly this and responsible that. Sounds like she at least, knows what she's doing with her life already. Well, for now.
And then at 1 o'clock, I have to go back and pick her up because she has the internship at another school because she wants to be a school teacher whenever she gets out so she can help kids. So whenever she's going to go to college and she wants to be a school teacher. So at 1:15 or 1 or 1:15, I think, I have to pick her up again and take her, or my wife, somebody here will go pick her up and then take her to another school where she interns with another teacher until 2:15. And then from 2:15 to whenever she works at a fast food joint to make money to pay her insurance and her car stuff. And just to have money in general. I mean, like we bought her clothes and shit, whatever. Well, I bought her whatever we want. We just didn't have the money to buy her a car. I mean, fuck. I still have 2 kids I got to buy cars for on my own, So, I'm car poor.
Right.
Car poor.
Running car poor.
Yeah, running. Yeah, I got plenty of cars.
Yeah.
Some of them got bullet holes in them. We use them for training purposes, and yeah. I saw that too. Let's see. My ass riding Navy equipment. Marine, yeah. Well, Wayne, we're the men's department of the Navy, so I'm just saying.
The Navy's your Uber.
Yeah, we'll stick with that, man. You're helping. I saw the news article saying that the federal court ordered to stay. Yep, the 5th Circuit Court in Texas said no, it's unconstitutional. I saw that too. The problem is the mandate does not exist. The mandate does exist by his word, but it's not an executive order. There's no
companies that don't even need that. They're just going ahead and like, okay, well, Biden said he's going to do it, so let's go ahead and get in front of this and mandate it right away.
There's no actual order in writing, and nor is it a presidential executive order. And they're taking it as such, even though there's no actual written thing. So the mandate would be direct violation, and they know it's just theater, just a bluff for the normies to give corporate the excuse to require its use. Exactly. Most of the woke companies have already complied or comply. Anyways, regardless of the legal status, and they believe talking the rights away from the people. It is nothing more than stripping you of your freedom by him telling you. What now? One thing I'd like to touch real quick before I finish reading the comments is why in the fuck is the Chinese government sending out from like their press secretary for their White House version of the press secretary of Xi Jinping for people to go out and buy food and fucking stockpile food, but the United States is saying no problem, and we're still. I just watched the agribusiness thing last night. We're still sending metric tons of soy and corn to China. They're telling the farmers here in the United States to send it right off the combine to China, which means in layman's terms, or for people that don't know, instead of us combining the pulling it off the ground and put it in the silo and drying it, we're literally taking it from the field, from the combine, putting it on a tractor trailer, hauling it to the feed place, and then selling it to the feed store or the grain mill or whatever, and then they're immediately selling it to China and hauling it in the fucking metric ton range. So we're still exporting And the reason why they're telling the farmers to do that is because one of the South American countries that produce soy as well got an early crop in, and they should have it out of the ground by February of this year. So they're telling them to go ahead and sell. And you wouldn't know this unless you watch an actual farming business channel. But anyways, you can watch it. It's pretty fucking boring, but I watch it just to stay up in touch with it. Irish, I don't know why you think you need to buy your kids a car. My parents didn't buy me a car. Well, most of my kids are. I always get them their first car, and it's not like a fancy. Well, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she got a fancier car because she was all A honor roll. Like the kid is super fucking smart. She goes to college right now. She's got more money in the bank than I do. She's got like $10,000 saved since she started from her job. She started her job while she was in as a senior, and now she just graduated this year, and she's already, from the time she started in mid-senior year to now, has already saved $10,000. And she's, like I said, she's an all honor roll A+ student. She cried one time because she thought she was going to get a B. Like physically broke down in tears. So I bought her what car she wanted. I mean, it wasn't the but
boy, Ira, really sad
she deserved it. She deserved it.
Right, you're a whole softy. That's what that is.
You're a real true fascism, but you're still a department. Yeah. Department. I always like to tell them too. I don't know if you know this.
Well, they always did have boats before badasses, I guess, right?
Well, no, the funniest part about it is 99% of the time when the Navy SEALs have to be rescued, who goes and rescues them? The QRF is who?
Right.
The helicopter that comes and gets them is who? Yeah, that's right. They send in the real men. I'm just fucking, but they really do. I'm just fucking with you, Wayne. I know we can go all day long about the Navy
Marine versus Marine.
Yeah. Does everyone know what Army stands for?
I know what you say it stands for.
Prepare for the thumbs down right now. I had a guy that worked at a gas station that wouldn't even wait on me after I told him this. He's like, "You're too fat to be a Marine." I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "What were you?" He's like, "I was Army, Vietnam." I was like, "You know what Army stands for, don't you?" And he goes, "Well, no." I was like, "It's an acronym for ain't ready for Marines yet." And that motherfucker turned beet red, and I was like, "Yep, ain't ready for Marines yet." Yeah, you can tell Stinger has been listening to me on my work calls. Let's get in front of this.
Yeah.
Well, y'all better find Jesus. I got Jesus. I know where Jesus is. Oh, look at that! I can even touch
in your heart.
I don't get mad at sorry. Government is my daddy or elders. They're below. Yeah, they're not. They're nothing. China literally said food will be short by winter. Stock up. Yeah, and nobody in our government is saying that. Nobody in our government is saying that, which is really, really weird. There's your proof that, that Creepy Joe is in bed with Jing Jang Walla Walla Bing Bang over there. China, North Korea, and Japan all issued similar. They're asking for like how many more troops at the Ukraine border or some shit. There's like, I seen that last night scrolling somewhere. So we're getting ready to see some kind of conflict somewhere. Everybody's standoffish. Some of the ammonia producers are limited, so less fertilizer. So okay, here's the problem with the fertilizer. They've relied on this GMO shit so long that they've stripped the soil with chemical fertilizers that there's no topsoil anymore. You're supposed to have 3 to 4 inches of topsoil at least, which holds the nutrients, the microbiome, and bacteria, the good bacteria, the whole fucking ball of wax, right? The worms and shit. Well, if you go out and take the soil now, it's hard pan clay, basically just fucking sterile dirt. Like when you start seeds, you need sterile dirt, right? So the way we used to do it was you take dirt out of the garden, put it on a pan, and then put it in the oven. Now the oven's usually not in the house; it's usually in the garage, and you use it for other things. But that's how you sterilize seed starting dirt, and that's basically what they're doing by putting all these chemicals on it. And if you don't have the chemicals, then there's no soil structure. It's just a fucking nightmare. It's been going on and on and on. Yeah, softy. Yeah, if you got daughters, you'll figure it out real quick. Don't worry.
I know. I'm a softie too.
Yeah.
I can't help it. My little girl gets whatever the fuck she wants. But I only have one child, so not only is she my little girl, but she's my only child, so she gets whatever the fuck she wants as long as, she's doing decent.
Well, I was always poor growing up. I mean, I didn't have anything give to me, so
Same.
$500 car. My daughter didn't get the oldest one didn't get a $500 car, but aren't really Marine yet. I ain't ready for Marines yet. Biden says we use Brondo. Okay. All right, later on, bro. Are you coming over here to Indiana to hang out, do some real work, put your ass to work?
I mean, that's what, like a day's drive. It's definitely doable.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I've still been doing my normal thing though. I try to get this weekend I worked on the karambit, the tomahawk that a buddy made for me from blacksmithing, and then I'm going to leather wrap a Viking axe. But other than that, I've just been cleaning, been raking up all the leaves. Well, I blew all the leaves up into a pile and then put them in the compost and then dumped more sawdust on that, and then coffee and all that good jazz for compost pile. The compost pile is growing quite well now with all the leaves. So
that's good.
Just keep on getting my mulch, get the mulch, and keep stacking it high as fuck so we can get the soil fucking straightened out.
Irish is literally stacking shit.
I'm stacking shit and mulch. And then once we start burning with the wood stove and start heating with the wood stove, I'll put the wood ash into that as well. Almost 100 years to the Dust Bowl,
Yeah.
And nobody's thinking about this shit either. Like, they're not thinking, I spend hundreds of dollars on my front yard, or maybe even, more than that, to keep it green. Well, you should probably be growing some fucking food in that, bro.
Yeah, it's the one thing I really despise the most is living in the city, or at least here where we're at. We're required to keep the lawn up. It's just, of course, living in the desert, you have to supply your own water because it don't rain that much. So I'm spending money on that. It's like absolutely wasteful. Which reminds me, I probably need to water it today.
Well, you should have somebody bring you, like the tree cutters, bring you fucking and dump mulch off in the front yard. That'll help build soil structure, and you can plant stuff in it. It'll hold the soil. That's what I do. I mean, anytime I see like these guys out here trimming the power lines and stuff, I'm like, hey, fucking, here's my address. Drop it off. I don't care if you drop it off in the fucking road out in front. I'll take the tractor and haul it back where I need it to.
All right.
Just because, I when I go to town, I bring 12 cubic yards of it back in buckets. So it's not, if I have to go to town for something, it's not a wasted trip.
Right.
I take her to do her things, and I load it up 2-3 times a day now, and I'm like, just fucking bringing it as fast as I can get it here. So got to get it all done. Using the Epsom organic stuff to what did the lady say? She goes, "Oh, honey, it's organic. Don't panic."
Yeah.
Yeah. Some little old lady. She's like, "It's organic. Don't panic, honey. It'll be all right." I'm like, so now I use only Epsom. I just cleaned my chicken coop out yesterday. I forgot to wear a mask. My body is rejecting some crap today. I use the deep bedding method. I bought a piece of linoleum and did the floor with linoleum, and then I put straw, and then probably 10 or 12 buckets of the sawdust in there, and Yeah, I don't usually wear a mask, but I do sometimes because sometimes I put diatomaceous earth in there. But I also hang herbs and shit in there so that they can chew on them and have something healthy in there during the winter. So I'll dry them down to where I'll dry them, hang them where they can peck at them if they want to. I also grew them in the chicken run, in between the fenced and the pallets that I used, and used chicken wire so they can stick their beaks in there and peck out. But of course, anyone done any research on the new cerveza? I wouldn't take any of that shit. I'm gonna do some experimental farming after we move, more like large gardening, but I want to try to knock a few years of guessing in one season. I'm actually doing. I'm doing a couple different. I'm like doing a couple of these different books to see how they work out. I'm doing the quarter acre farm, so I section one section off to do the quarter acre farm. The other one is a permaculture book that deals with food forests, and then I have a homestead book that's just regular farming stuff. So, and then I have another one that's like it's like growing food. It's not a food forest, but it's something similar. So I'm going to try 4 different methods, and I'm plotting them all out right now. I ordered some of the seeds already. I did a video on that yesterday on some of the culinary seeds.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I'm going to do a bunch of other different things, and my biggest problem is that I have to plot it out ahead of time so that I know when spring comes, I can because you can throw them out at last frost and let them bed in that way, or the last snow. You can pitch them in the last snow, and they'll bed into if your ground's good. So, but I'm trying a lot of different methods so that way I can tell people what books that work. So we're gonna do the quarter acre farm one for sure.
Yeah, that's on the way. It should be here tomorrow, today or tomorrow. For me,
same here. I shot a double layer of linoleum. I still clean it out. I don't usually clean it until it's like super full. But I don't let it get to where it's that big cake pile mess either, where it's like fucking concrete setup. So I wouldn't take that pill. Yeah, I wouldn't take any pill like that. I try not to take anything. I need to keep my compost pile filled by spring. Get rabbits, man. My daughter has some rabbits. They're not meat rabbits. They're just her play rabbits. And those 2 fucking things, the leaves. I parked by a tree so the sun wouldn't hit me as bad in this parking lot. From what I've been reading, originally developed for a common influenza.
So ungrateful peasant says, I know how to grow stuff in Washington, but trying to northern Arizona is new to me. So I tried growing in northern Arizona too. We lived in the Ash Fork area. And I've also lived in Chino Valley, and a few other places right near Prescott. Love northern Arizona. It's a desert. You got to water it yourself, but the soil's not bad, and usually you can get a well. Now, if you're in Ash Fork, I believe is the only place that I'm aware of, you're not getting a well.
I would check with your county extension office, the USDA office, and any colleges in Arizona. Go online because they're usually the most resourceful place for you to get information about your growing area, and then just get you a binder and build you a binder on how to grow in that area. Because some of those books are based, like the one I have is based on the East Coast. So you're not going to be able to, you may be able to implement some of the stuff, but
yeah.
Not the extent of what I'll be able to do because we get fuck tons of rain here normally. So
yeah, throughout the day, just like, oh, well, it rained a few minutes.
Yeah, but like I said, I also do the deep bed method of where the mulch. I take the grass clippings, but nobody hauls them off here. Put them in the fucking trash like they do in the city. So it all goes back in the recycling bin or the
yeah. Every time I have to cut the grass, at least I get the mulch out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure you don't have any bio accumulators. I do have some low spots in the very back corner of the property, so I'm going to put what the hell's that name? I talk about it all the time. Molasses, no, sorghum. I'm going to put sorghum down there and chop it up. And just use it as mulch, chop and drop mulch. So make sure you save the seeds of what you grow and that you're using. Yeah. Automatically adapt. Yeah, I do. I save them and I put them in the Did I do a video on that? I don't know if I did a video on that, but I save them in those what do you call it? Lingerie bags that you use for the washer and dryer. Like for like delicates or whatever. They're the fucking clear bags with all the holes in them.
Oh, you're beyond me now. I never had any fancy equipment to wash my clothes. I just threw it all in the washer and let it do its job.
Like delicate stuff. Like I don't know. I think they're lingerie bags. I buy them from Amazon. They're like screen bags. They look like the mesh bags we used to throw our laundry in on the boat, but they're smaller. And anyways, I hang my seed heads up in those. You know, pretty much anything that I'm going to dry out, I hang up in those.
All right. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, the Master Gardener program's awesome. I done that 2 years ago. And they're a wealth of knowledge, and most of it's free. That's the best part, you know, especially if they're a land grant place. They're free. But yeah, the Master Gardener program is great because you get to meet all the other gardeners around your area, and they're a wealth of fucking knowledge. Especially, you know, not necessarily just the old people. Like some of the young people are, you know, they're into the science of it as much as that, you know, as much as the old people know how it works and what works best. But all right, thank you. Yeah, I got to get out of here too. It's an hour, and she should be getting out of here in about 10 or 15 minutes. So I got to go use the bathroom and stuff at the gas station.
Ungrateful Presidents near Holbrook. Nice. I know exactly where that is. So yeah, we have a friend. That's high altitude. I wish I could live up there. A lot of it's an Indian reservation, or is it Native American reservation now? Indigenous reservation. Anyway.
All right, well, guys, gals, I appreciate it. Hopefully, this is the way we'll do it for until we get her car and taken care of, and I get back to the house and I can do it from the house. The shitty phone has already went from 99% to 40%. So, I mean, it is 5 years old. It is 5 years old. So,
hour long camera being on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an S8, so that tells you how old it is. But anyways, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Bet your most complaints, leave me in the comment section below. I'm USMC Vet. That's Bullion Stinger. And we'll talk to you guys and gals later. God willing. Semper Fi, Godspeed, and have a great day. We'll catch you later.